All right, time for a look back at this day in history. November 22nd, 1995, Disney, in partnership with Steve Jobs and Pixar, released Toy Story. It was the first major motion picture created completely by computer-generated animation. With a production budget of $30 million, the film would rake in $40 million in its first 5 days, on its way to a worldwide box office take of $365 million. And while computer animated movies are everywhere these days, what Pixar unveiled on that Wednesday, the day before the U.S. Thanksgiving holiday, would wow the world. Software breakthroughs that made animation feel more lifelike, including plot lines that bridged childhood and adult themes in a way that gave the films much wider appeal. Now, Toy Story would launch Pixar on a 3-decade run of hits, including The Incredibles, Finding Nemo, and Cars, and it would fuel a profit surge at Disney, which leveraged the success of this new type of animation to drive sales of theme park attractions and merchandise, so much so that Disney ended up buying Pixar for $7.4 billion in 2006. Pixar's success, which today includes more than $15 billion in combined box office receipts and 23 Oscar awards, spawned all types of imitators seeking to replicate its technology and storytelling. That includes DreamWorks, responsible for Shrek and Madagascar, as well as Illumination Pictures, which spawned the Despicable Me franchise. Now, things have gotten a bit tough in the computer animation space as of late. 3 Pixar films released straight to streaming during the pandemic, Soul, Luca, and Turning Red, didn't live up to the financial powerhouses of previous years. And Pixar's return to theaters in 2022 with the Toy Story spinoff called Lightyear, it was a bust, the second worst box office performer for the company. And that brings us to the question of the day. What was Pixar's biggest box office flop ever? It was the Tom Holland voiced film called Onward. Now, it wasn't a bad movie, unfortunately, but it did have the misfortune of being released in March of 2020, just days before most of the U.S. entered government-mandated COVID lockdowns. To date, Onward has grossed just about $142 million worldwide. Now, despite the string of relative busts in recent years, Pixar is now trying to reclaim the magic sparked in 1994, balancing original movie ideas with, sequels and spin-offs. The idea that all of its hits from yesteryear can be rebooted in a way that can put Pixar back on a path to infinity and beyond.